Yeah, I think like the internet and the computers themselves, they've got a memory. Absolutely amazing when you think about it, you know.
Yeah.
We've got a memory, yeah.
Yeah.
But they've invented in the kind of way a computer that's got a memory.
Storage.
Yeah, you know.
Internal storage, and you can also get external hard drives, as we all, as people know.
Well, external
so.
is the same as it, you know, it's just a memory.
Yeah.
Card,
Yeah.
whether it's in or out.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but whoever invented the memory card is very, the memory, it's very rich.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Imagine being able to store all that data on a little card about that size. You know, it's yeah.
It's incredible, really.
It's
But
incredible.
anyway, it kind of helps you remember things sometimes, and you can write things down on your computer, and
Yeah.
or learn about cooking and so on.
Oh yeah, true.
You
Yeah.
know, on YouTube.
Mm.
It's a fantastic machine. I think it's a good learning machine if you use it and know how to use it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, some old people, they haven't got a clue.
Yeah, true.
You think like it, like when technology comes in, especially like the computer, and young people basically pick up things very quickly, don't they?
Yeah.
But old people are a bit stubborn. I don't know what it is, but they're just sort of like stuck in their old ways, and they don't want to learn anything else sometimes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So there's quite a lot of old people really. They ain't got any idea about the internet or the computer today. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are obviously quite a lot of old people like myself. Do you know what I mean, on the internet? But it's a bit rarer.
Yeah.
In a kind of way, it's like all the youth basically are grabbing onto it like easy. It's easy to them. But I'd just say it's a bit difficult, I think, for older people to get or even want to know it, if you sort of mean. They just want to live their lives sort of like they always have done in a kind of way,
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get at, or say. But yeah, it's your turn. But I think like let's just say the internet, incredible, the computer's memory, you think about it, it's a very powerful thing if you think about it. With the internet, all these computers are kind of connected, and I think, wow, amazing. And I think, what the future, I don't know, you think about the future. So, I mean, the internet's just sort of like been in for about 30 years, really, basically, I think.
Yeah.
You think, like, another 50 years?
But it's not, like we said before though, it's not really been like it is today. It's only been like really good for like the last, 10 years?
Yeah. Because it used to be really slow, didn't it?
Yeah.
Really.
So it's probably been about about 10 years that it's been, maybe slightly longer, maybe close to 15. Yeah, because we are 2023 now. So let's say from probably about 2010 onwards, the internet became what it is, slowly started to become what it is today.
I can remember when the last few years of my marriage, really, I got the internet, and I can remember sort of like signing in, it used to go boop, 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 all this, it's ages, it used to be like,
is that when you had
5 minutes gone by,
Is that when you had the dial-up connection one?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you had to have like the landline, and it's like, yeah.
And then sometimes you lose connection, you have to do it all again.
It like makes that noise in it, like connecting, Yeah.
But as it's phenomenal, really. Lots and lots of different people, I think, have worked on it, and got it all better.
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah.
Modems, everything.
Everything.
It's all kind of taking shape, and you think.
Well, I was going to say, most internet, as long as you've got decent internet service or Wi-Fi or whatever, today, usually when you search for something, it's almost as quick as you can think.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's just in itself that like you literally everything is almost so much like almost instantaneous today when it comes to the internet. You click on something, usually within a second or two it pops up and opens up. Like I said, as long as you've got decent Wi-Fi and internet service,
Well, 20 years ago, I think it was,
Yeah.
I moved into this town.
Yeah.
And I was not married, but I was with my wife to be, whatever, you know, we're going to get married, whatever, and we had a baby.
Yeah.
Anyway, we met this lady, and she said, come and live in my house, you know, and she worked for the council, whatever, so she was quite high up, she had a good job.
Yeah.
She was earning lots of money, and she had her own house, you know, it's a nice house.
Yeah.
And she wasn't there much, you know, do you know what I mean? But anyway, I was living there, and she said that I can use our new computer, you know, so
Okay.
I went on there, and I started learning about computers then, you know, and I took a real interest in them, you know, and I started learning, you know, and at that time, it was only 1 gigabyte.
Aye, okay, yeah.
Which, you know, it's a brand new computer.
Mm.
You know, you know, she got the latest in, I think, you know. But you think like 1 gigabyte, you know, that's little. You know, but that was big at that time. Do you know what I mean? It was really huge. You know. But now, 20 years later, whoa, you know, I've got like well, I think I've got 15 terabytes on my computer.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, so how technology has grown.
Has advanced in the last
20 years.
Yeah, 20 years.
I'd say, you know, the internet wasn't in then, really, you know, when I first come into this town 20 years ago, do you know what I mean? I think it might have been in, alright, but not many people had it, or I didn't really know about it, do you know what I mean?
I remember using the internet when I was young and doing like you said, the whole dial-up connection and stuff. I remember going online to play like pool. Like back in the day, you could go online. You could do it today too, of course. But I mean, back in the day, you like go online and you wait like 5 minutes or so for a web page to open up, and then you do what you need to, you know, search for whatever you're trying to search for. Then you click on that page, and then that would take another 5 minutes to open up. And yeah, I remember like you even using MSN Messenger back in the day, like, you know, when that first came out, when computers, you know, not, you know, when computers and the internet started to get a bit better. And yeah, remember how slow it was to like sign in and all those kind of things, whereas today it's just like, you know, yeah, come a long way. But I think a lot of the older generation today that are alive today, a lot of them are starting to become a lot more internet savvy and stuff like this. And there are also like classes, there are people that actually have classes and stuff like this that they actually go around and teach certain groups, age groups of people how to use like the modern day technology, like the iPads and the computers, and how it all kind of works, and shows them what to do and how to operate their mobile phones.
Well, I think that, you know, at the end of the day, half the old people don't want to know, or they can't take it in. It's like my mother, right? She's a very wise person. You know, she's intelligent in her own way, but when it comes to computers and technology, she says she's pretty dumb. Do you know what I mean? She feels dumb. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, I feel like it's only because she hasn't spent any time on it, really, teaching herself in the kind of way, you know, where I have. You know, I spent many hours on it, really. I have, you know. I mean, I like what I first started doing really with computers is doing art. Do you know what I mean? I love digital art, and I think like before you can do digital art, you've got to learn about computers first. Yeah. So I mean, I think it took me about 2 years really of learning about computers before I could even do my first bit of artwork, if you see what I mean. And then the software's got a lot better since, you know, the artwork's been upgraded and upgraded, you know, and they worked at it and they've got better and better, more complicated, more, you know, and quite powerful really.
More sophisticated.
You know, I mean, got this video editing software, you know, last year, or I think it might be the year before, whatever. It only costs just less than £100, whatever. But it's an amazing bit of software, you know. I think, hang on, you know, this a child can learn this, you know, and it's beautiful in every way, you know. And whoever put all this together and wrote it out, this bit of software, God knows. I mean, it's beautiful, you know.
Very simple, easy to use.
Yeah, I mean, it's wonderful. I mean, I used to play these games, you know, because when my children were young, got the Nintendo and all that, you know.
Oh yeah.
Playing these games, you know, but sort of when you're moving sometimes, and then you put the stick up faster and it goes faster, and you kind of feel like you're actually the character in there, in a kind of way. And it's really good the way they get the feelings right with the joystick, you know. Do you understand where I come from when I say that? You know, but they actually write this out, do you know what I mean? And it's amazing, you know. I mean, I wouldn't personally be able to do that.
Yeah.
You know, like writing software out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are even classes for that today too. Even you've got young kids learning how to do coding today, which is what you're talking about, where they're literally taught how to code, how to make apps, stuff like this, how to code programs, how to make, you know what I mean, all sorts of different stuff, you know, like it's, you know, at a young age, you've got even young kids learning this shit today. And like I say, my son, he's 10 years old, and the way he uses a computer is better than some you know, people that I know that are, you know, twice his age, you know. He's so like, I think obviously the kids today have grown up with it, so that's why, like, straight away, like, they're born into this, you know, technological age, so to speak.
With them every day of their life now.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
They were born into it.
Exactly, born into this. So it's quite normal that they kind of adapted to it, and they've kind of learned it, you know, a lot earlier than, you know, we did, because obviously, you know, I was gonna say, it wasn't until I was like a teenager that the internet was really starting to get, you know, you even wanted to try going online, because before that it was just, you know, it was kind of pointless, you know, you just felt like you were, you know, wasting your time, you know, sitting there for half an hour and not really getting anywhere, and, you know, ended up playing bloody solitaire, like, you know what I mean, nothing, you know, the internet wouldn't be bloody working, you know, so you ended up, you know, you remember that, you know, solitaire on the computer, you know,
I played it,
ended up bloody playing solitaire half the time, because, like, trying to get online, it's just like, nah, just waste of time, like, you know, sitting there for 10 minutes waiting, hoping a page is going to open up, and it finally does, and then it's, you know, I would say that it might say internet connection failed, and then you've got to dial up again, you know what I mean, and hope that it connects, and then, it used to be a nightmare, you know.
I mean, I think, like, when I was talking about my life, you know, when I first moved there with my wife, got a little computer, you know, and there are happy days, you know, I got a young baby, young son, and, you know, sort of like, we only lived there for about a year and a half before we got our own place, whatever. And all the time I'm interested in computers, you know, I spend, you know, I worked hard, you know, 5 days a week, 6 days a week, whatever. Worked hard with my children, sometimes put them to bed, but I also spent a lot of time sort of learning about computers, you know. When I look back in my life, I mean, when I was sort of like with this woman for 13 years, you know, and 2 young children, you know, I was busy, you know what I mean? I was sort of like always busy learning about computers or whatever, or, you know, doing things, you know. And I don't feel like, because the computer was invented, and I got so interested in the kind of way, it took over my life in a funny way, you know, and I wasn't giving so much attention to my wife. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and even, I might have said it in previous episodes, you know, sort of when I first got the internet, it was really the destruction of my own marriage.
And a lot of people can relate to that. I'm sure.
Well, you know, you think like these mobile phones and that, you know, once they get in your house, it's not like old times where nobody could phone you up.
Well, you'd have a landline, wouldn't you? A lot of people had like a landline.
That's slowly come in, but a long time ago you couldn't really.
No.
You know what I mean, there's no possible way of communication unless you sent a letter.
Yes.
Kind of way, you know?
Yeah. Or you went to visit.
Yeah. That's the only way, you know. But phoning and all that, you know, it's made the world a bit more, in a kind of way, we don't really need the letters anymore because of the phone.
Yeah.
You know, especially the internet, you know, like it used to be everyone sending Christmas cards to
true.
But now I think people send their Christmas cards online, you know.
Yeah, true. True. So, because there's a lot of that today too as well. It's very true.
So I think the internet changed my life, that's for sure, you know. I think,
I think the internet has changed most people's lives, mate, honestly.
I really blame the internet, and not just the internet, you know, sometimes, like I say, myself, alright, because I got so interested in the internet, I wasn't spending so much time loving my wife. Or
quite distracted.
But I think this happens to a number of people, you know. Computers are something that really everybody's got to learn. In a funny way, you know, in this new world, you know, to keep up with things in a kind of way, you know. So it's another thing to learn in life, you know. I mean, you go back 1,000 years, they didn't have to learn about computers back then. They didn't exist. Do you know what I mean? You know, they were learning about probably animals or different. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? They were looking at the sun more. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? And talking more. You know, different thing, you know, like I think like every decade that goes by, it changes, and that's it. You know, it changes slowly.
Right.
You know, can you imagine like the internet was invented sort of like, you know, 2,000 years ago, whatever. Can you imagine it? It's 2,000 years old now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, we're talking about old age, really, aren't we? You know,
Yeah.
sort of
Retirement.
like retirement. That's the subject.
Yeah.
But the internet really is kind of like to do with old age, because well, you know, the internet's been born, and we've all got to sort of live with it in a kind of way. I mean, personally, I love it.
Yeah.
In a kind of way, like, okay, my wife divorced me in the end, you know, and I lost her. But I carried on having the computer, you know, and it's become my wife. My new wife, the computer.
Yeah.
It's my new wife, and I take it to bed every night with me now. It keeps me happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keeps me more happy than my wife did. The computer.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I shouldn't say that, you know, really. But you know, do you know what I mean? Though?
I know
you
what you just been
like I
saying.
say, it entertains me every day.
Yeah.
That's no doubt. You know, I wake up and I might post on Facebook, you know, or do you know what I mean? I just love it.
Yeah.
Or I might learn something. You know, I might go researching on Google.
Yeah.
Or whatever, or researching on YouTube or whatever. You know, I think it's made me a lot happier in life.
Yeah.
Even though when I kind of like think it ruined my marriage a bit. Okay, but I think like if I didn't have the internet today, I don't think I would enjoy life so much.
Yeah. And I think the same is applicable for a lot of people, mate. You know, for most people. Let's be honest.
I've made a lot of new friends.
Yeah.
I even a lady that I was talking to on Facebook a few years back come and visit me. Right, all the way from Dallas. She travelled 3,000 miles to come and see me.
Yeah.
Okay. She came twice to see me. Now I wouldn't have met her if I didn't meet her on Facebook. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so I think it's amazing. The internet, but you know, we're talking about old age.
Yeah.
So you know, I'm getting older, you know, sort of every week that goes by, you know, and I think how quickly the weeks go.
Yeah.
Really.
Time flies, mate. We're almost what? We're in April now, yeah? And yeah, we're in April now. You know, so...
Well, it's not just, you know, I think like time gets quicker as you get older as well, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it does, but I think right now the time seems to be moving faster than ever before, if you see what I mean. It's a bit strange. I don't know if it's just me, but it seems that way, mate. It seems like time is just flying by faster than it used to, you know? Way faster, you know?
It's
So.
just sort of like when I felt like when I was younger, a young child, I felt like a day used to be hours long, you know. It used to be a long time, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that, you know, a day was, I don't know, it's weird, but now a day seems like a 5 minutes to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's quite strange, you know, like, you know, like the day just goes by so quickly before you know it, the day's come and, you know, the day's gone, you know, it's, you know, you're going to bed, and waking up again and doing the same thing the next day, you know. You know? But yeah, I think the older we get, you know, the more we start to appreciate life, you know, and hopefully with old age too as well, hopefully for a lot of people it comes, you know, it brings wisdom and maturity, and
it does.
And I think the older you get, I think people tend to become more appreciative of life, and
not necessarily.
Not everyone.
Depends who you are.
But I think as
you get some moany old people.
I think the older people. But I think the thing is that when you're young, a lot of people don't think about their own mortality. But as they get older, you know, once you get to a certain age, people start to think about, you know, the future. You know, what is to come. What is to come. You know, how long have I got left, kind of thing. You know. So I think that then, you know, in some way helps a lot of people to, you know, appreciate life, you know, puts things into perspective, you know, makes them, you know, realise what's important in life and what really matters and you know, etc. You know, so.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm starting to enjoy life more and more, I feel, as I'm getting older. I feel that I might as well enjoy myself, you know, do you know what I mean? I think there's been times, you know, after my wife separated from me, it was difficult for me, because I had to get another home, you know, and I've achieved that now. I can put my feet up, do you know what I mean? I can relax, I've got my life back on track, if you see what I mean, you know? And I can start enjoying life more now, because I can do more art now, more music, and relax, and I ain't got no one moaning about me, do you know what I mean? Or saying, or anyone to make another dinner for or anything, do you know what I mean? Just myself, do you know what I mean? It is quite nice, in a kind of way, you know? And I'm not looking really sort of like in the future, right, to get married. I think like, or even have a girlfriend in a funny way, you know, because I think like having a girlfriend is kind of hard work. I don't think like, as long as you're happy with yourself, you should be happy, you know, and happy with life. The future should be amazing, I think. And I don't think you should get down. Some people can't have children, for instance, do you know what I mean? And, or they never meet anyone. But I feel that you should just be happy and look forward to the future, because it might happen. You know? I don't know. I don't think I've got that right there. But I think like I really look forward to the future all the time. Do you know what I mean? That's that. I think we're very lucky to have one. Very, very lucky. And we're, you know, talking about dreaming earlier on, you know, we're very lucky to have the ability to dream. That is incredible. I think that's more incredible than being born in the South. You know what I mean? To have a memory in a kind of